They're rolling out mask mandates once again. We saw this coming, but Bitcoin doesn't give a damn as we head back to $100,000 per Bitcoin token. And altcoin season keeping deep and thick. Ooh, and I just recorded that intro on my sunglasses. Welcome one, welcome all to the blockchain basement. Got my homie Isaac on the sticks. Whoa! It's feeling good. Feeling good. Are you ready? This is why we prepare with guns with all of our gains in crypto, folks. Welcome on, welcome all to the show. We got killed by death. Veteran crypto, Tommy Marin, Shaka Nwanda Bob, Base Sean the God, Kyle Watts, Cali Crypto Dude, Deucey Does Crypto Sufficient Enough, Crypto Naughty, Stephen Ross, Morgan Powell, Josh Dallas, and Caffeinated Crypto, Station C4, all the rest that are joining us. Flamin' Crypto Car, FTX payback money, y'all. It's pumping. Well, that's not yet. That's not yet. That's actually 60 days from now. The FTX money is coming back. What we're seeing is people front running that action. But man, this is going to get crazy. We are set up for some stupid money. Now, we got a lot of ground to cover today. Got a lot of ground to cover. I want to get this out of the way first and foremost. Okay. Bad Fox and Alan's Piskin, I think is his name. Alan's Piskin. Let's see. I want to go to the winners of the Sin City book giveaway here. Go to my Twitter, and here, let's view the quotes, reposts. These are the winners. Alan Pliskin at Nate Linskog on Twitter, as he's known, with a fantastic profile picture, by the way. And Bad Fox, you lucky, lucky gal, you are the winners of the Sin City book giveaway.
Indeed.
So, congratulations. You get free stuff. There you go. Oh, I'm getting like aggravated more and more day by day. I get more aggravated with Near Protocol.
Oh, yeah? Why? It's because it's always it's a magnetic field at $5.
Yeah, dude. It kind of feels a little weird at this point. It feels a little weird.
It's
Trying to be a believer. But I don't know. Near Protocol feeling weird. Welcome and welcome on to the show. Now, we, as I said, have a lot of ground to cover. But if you're not already, make sure you're following us on the YouTubes. Where are we at in subscribers? I think we're at
68.2. I refreshed it for you earlier.
Look at this. Look at us go. We're on a mission here.
We are going to the moon,
dude.
We're close, and we're getting closer and closer to 70K.
So this is like literally a two-man team.
Yeah.
Creating a channel from the bottom of the bear market into the bull market. Obviously, you're getting an AR-15.
Okay. I hope so.
As long as laws allow.
Laws do allow, considering I can buy one as of right now if I wanted to.
So you're getting an AR-15. But I think that we need to get... I'm not giving you the BCM either.
I know.
You know, they don't sell BCMs anymore to the public.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get something else. But you're getting one. It's gonna be a good starter gun, okay? Don't judge me.
There's no judging.
Don't judge me. God, a tank comes to mind.
I know.
You know,
whoa, that's the best starter gun for me.
A tank comes to mind when I see this kind of growth on the show here. A tank comes to mind when it comes to where I'm taking profits in. But you know what? I had my neighbor hit me up.
Yeah,
and he actually denied all of the sales to people through a real estate agent. I think he held the property that he's got for sale until the contract expired so that I could buy it at his rate, which is like 2%.
I like that a lot.
I might be adding big time to my land portfolio. This guy is awesome. And I think he wants to keep like a family nature to the land, you know, because he grew up in the house that I'm in.
Yeah.
And he owns the house next to me and the house behind me and all these other places. He built the house. You know, he helped build it. So I think I kind of need to look at that land. Oh, and also I forgot to look at Doggone Runes yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what we got to make sure to do today. But make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm at 3,438 followers here. Make sure you're following Isaac. All of his simping and Solana maxing. Isaac does crypto.
I'm punching back up in my followers too.
Yeah.
I was down, but now I'm up.
This is huge. This is huge. Isaac does crypto right there. Now, at large, the chart's looking juicy. Okay. This is the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame on Bitcoin, and this looks very roundy. And this is, I just want to give a shout out to us. Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank me,
Of course.
for disregarding all of the geniuses out there in Bitcoin TA land telling me to watch out for $70,000, $80,000 Bitcoin. I said no. Here we are. We held this damn line perfectly. 91.5 is that strong little floor, health on a shelf we've got built up for ourselves. That's great. Bad Fox just came in. Bad Fox, you won a book. Okay, Sin City Crypto's hitting you up. You won their book. Congratulations. You know, have at it, girl. Have at it. You go, girl. Anthony Wittevrungel with the full name. Anthony is one of my best friends on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with him, and we were in a band from like the age of 10, bro. Like,
Bro, I was lit.
we were that garage band, bro. He's out there in California trying to make a name for himself, trying to make them bucks, trying to outpace Californian inflation. Well, I'm here to help you with that, buddy. Now, what do we got here? Bitcoin on the daily, looking juicy. We're sitting here riding this green dot that we printed just a few days ago. Okay, it's
Nice.
pretty hot off the presses. Money flow, looking pretty good. Money flow swooping back to the upside, feeling great about it. And let's kind of zoom in here because I am a degen. I do have a trade going right now.
You do.
Hold on. Where is this trade? I have a long on Morpho. I put in a long on Morpho, like right here. I gave the call for the long on Bitcoin.
And you got smacked.
I was playing it too safe. I put the stop loss in slight profit, and it came and wicked me out and then just exploded from. So congratulations to everyone that follows me in the Discord OG. You get my trading calls. I called the Bitcoin pump the first thing this morning. Now I'm in a Morpho long. Morpho, I feel like, is going to make a run towards about $4.20 to $4.30. At large, this thing has no chill, and it is looking extremely strong. This is just a textbook bounce of lines of support. Yeah, sure, you could call this a lower low, but honestly, you got the original pump 2 moment there. You got the all-time high resistance there, resistance there. This looks like a very important level, thus why I felt like taking a long out on Morpho. Don't see the deposit slowing down, but at large, Bitcoin feeling great. Let's look at this. Let's just dive in a little bit. This is the weekly time frame, and this the red dot and like the slight dip in money flows, you know, where all the people got a little bit concerned. But honestly, that is a great looking weekly candle so far. It is Friday, the first Friday of 2025.
That is very true.
Congratulations, you made it to the next PSYOP of the American Republic and really the world. Masks are coming back, and we're going to be covering that too in this show, you know, and that's why I need your guys' support. You know, for $1.25 a week, you can become a member of this show and make sure that I never have to get wiped off the face of the YouTube planet. Okay, so you can support me telling you the truth every single day. I will flood my own bags if it comes down to it.
And we've done it before.
We've done it before to make sure that you guys have the honest truth about crypto and the world at large. So if you feel inclined to support the channel, $1.25 a week is all it takes. Make sure to hit the support, the memberships button, and also the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Now, let's get into a lot of the news here. Today is Bitcoin's birthday. 16 years ago today, Satoshi Nakamoto launched Bitcoin. Absolute legend. Bitcoin in its raw version here shown. This means nothing is gobbledygook. Honestly, what Bitcoin means in a larger scape of things is this is where money is collapsing into. And I will give some context. I cover a lot of societal collapses. I cover a lot of these intrinsic explosions within the system as we know it. But I do think that we are looking at the solution, which is Bitcoin. Shout out to Bitcoin on its birthday 16 years ago today. The first launch of Bitcoin happened. So shout out. Now we did this. And I have Larry Fink's fat chin on the thumbnail for a reason. I have a reason for this. A lot of people are like, you're funning when Bitcoin's pumping, huh? A couple people left. Okay, so I bit with the biggest outflow. Blackrock's Bitcoin ETF.
I think your VMix is screwed.
My VMix is screwed.
Try resetting it.
I'll
It's stuck
reset
on the Bitcoin birthday.
But Larry Fink, like, you know, we're trying to treat Larry Fink like he's the godfather of Bitcoin or that he's our savior in Bitcoin. Like, honestly, Bitcoin would be just fine without Wall Street. Let Wall Street collapse on itself, and then it'll fall into Bitcoin's laps here. So we did see this IBIT with, oh, no, it's nothing.
Yeah, just give me a second.
IBIT has, I'm just going to talk about it because we did see the biggest outflow over the last 24 hours that we've ever seen out of BlackRock's ETF. It was about $332 million worth of Bitcoin taken out of the BlackRock ETF holdings, about 0.7% of the total assets under management. It's so over, giggle, giggle. Now, this is from Eric Balchunas, and he's just highlighting this is likely Wall Street and their damn tax harvesting shit that they do, right? They take out the assets at the end of the year, they get out of the way a little bit, and then reallocate into the front end of the next year, which is basically exactly what we see with Bitcoin. Let's look at the graph. So here's the weekly. We end the year, they do a little bit of shaving off as we approach the end of the year, which, you know, what a bunch of, I want to curse right now, but I shouldn't. What a bunch of limp-wristed soy boys.
I like that one. Or sap suckers.
Yeah, sap suckers.
Yeah.
Getting out before the year ends. And this was throwing me off a little bit, honestly. Like, see this big red candle on the weekly in comparison to the previous markets. Like, we didn't really get the big red candle until about halfway through the fib level on both of these previous markets here. Now, what we're looking at is we're more married to Wall Street. So these little suckers had to get out of the way, do their little tax reporting thing because they're all above board, yada, yada. But we do have some big tax news in the show today as well.
I can't wait to get over that.
Yeah, you know, it's actually given us a good little time frame for
our exit strategies.
Exit strategies. Yes, I like how you worded that. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I had to punch in a little bit.
Sap sucking soy boys.
Sap sucking soy. Yeah, you can get a mod for that one.
Yeah, give them a mod. You know, and you shout out to the mods that have been cleaning up the chat, making all the scammers go away for me. You've been helping me quite a bit, so I really appreciate that, you guys. Now, this little outflow of IBIT ETFs is but a scratch. It can't be up only forever. We did see a little bit of tax loss harvesting. Honestly, there's no losses there, but tax reallocation, resetting of portfolios. This is what we get for being married to TradFi. So no big deal, but it makes for a great headline. Gotcha. Now I got a lot of the alpha on how we're going to make tons of money. See, that's how I get them in. I get them in with the scary title, and I'm like, never mind, we're going to 50x this.
Yeah, no, we're going to the moon only. Thanks for clicking on my video, though. Yeah.
So, Korea Exchange Chairman Young Eun-bo. Is that how you say that?
Young Eun-bo.
Okay. Eyes cryptocurrency ETFs to burst capital markets, citing the need for growth initiatives in 2025. What a blanket statement, and what a weird, scary smile / face this guy. All right.
I know.
This is the future.
I'm going to liquidate you.
Hurry up. You know, shout out to you. Stack those sats, bro, I guess.
Exactly.
Glad we beat you to the punch. Have fun. It's going to be great. And shout out to the North Koreans that are out there getting their asses kicked in Ukraine. Right? The North Korean fighters for Russia don't look very effective against those drones, dude. They are not used to that smoke. So, good times being had by all. You know, and this is the chaos of the realm, right? We have World War III going on. We have what I'm going to be talking about with the mask mandates coming back, but we're still going to have a stupid bull market. I'm here for it. And, you know, so is apparently Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, who's meeting up with Michael Saylor at Mar-a-Lago. Here is Michael Saylor getting ready to shill Bitcoin to Eric Trump. Eric Trump's pretty tall. Look at that. He's like, you say, how tall is Michael Saylor? I want to see how tall these guys are. Hold on.
You just, find out
how tall
Eric Trump
is Michael Saylor. Let's find out. Because he looks kind of like short in that picture. They don't want to say. Oh, okay, 5'9". Okay,
5'9". Okay,
yeah. So he's pretty
short.
How tall are you, Isaac?
I am 6 foot tall.
Oh man, See, that's the golden number right there.
The golden number is 6 foot and above.
Yeah.
Right. And then Eric Trump's taller than me.
Yeah, I mean, so Sailor's about 5'9". Eric Trump looks like he's got about. Let's see, how tall is Eric Trump? Okay, we need to find these things out.
6'3".
6'5"?
Oh, okay.
He's as tall as I am, dude.
Yeah.
That's a big dude. And the shout out. All right. Well, you know what? I think that we're going to see Michael Saylor's psychotic ideas about up-only action for Bitcoin bleed into the Trump administration. But as I said on the show yesterday, let's not expect true and tried purchasing of Bitcoin in 2025 from the United States. Let's expect that they conversate about the intention to do so in 2025, and then they purchase it in 2026, 2027 as the price falls down. How tall is Barron Trump? Let's see.
That's a great question.
The Trump family's kind of tall, right?
Yeah, except for Trump.
How tall? Well, no, Trump's like 6'2" or something like that.
Oh.
He's pretty big. Let's see here. 6'9", bro.
Jeez.
Barron is 6'9"
And he's
inches tall.
Young, too.
This kid is going to be the God Emperor of America in 20 years from now.
I'm here for it.
El Gaib, right? From Dune. This is going to be this kid. Well, you know, this is a deep take. Barren mean a desolate area in a Webster dictionary. Oh, that's Russian DNA. Barren is a grape ape. Man, I had an uncle that's 6'9", very large person. I mean, once you get close to 7 feet tall, that is very huge. So, shout out Eric Trump meeting up with Michael Saylor. That's going to be great. But here we have Nancy Pelosi drunk on an airplane. I gotta watch this.
Hi, it's Nancy. I'm on my way to Washington to proudly represent the people of San Francisco in Congress. I'm honored to do so, to share our San Francisco values. Thank you for giving me that honor.
She is fucking hammered.
Dude, she is having the time of her life. Hi, it's Nancy. I'm going to Washington, D.C.
Bad Fox wants to know how tall you are, Isaac.
I am 6 foot tall. There you go.
Yeah. You know, but I know some short kings out there, too.
Yeah.
Like my stepdad, short king.
Shout out TJ.
TJ is not my stepdad. What are you talking
I'm just putting it out there.
See, now I'm going to see conspiracy theories. Now, my stepdad is a SWAT team lead, and his spine has been compressed from holding the shield at the front of the line as they kick indoors. He also spent 20 years in Iraq. So he's a little beat up, okay? He's been carrying a lot of heavy shit. He's a small dude, but he can avoid fire much easier. That's an advantage for short people. Did you know that?
100%.
Yeah. Like when you're big, it's kind of hard to duck, you know, gunfire, or like when you have to duck behind barriers and stuff, your knees kill you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is very painful. So TJ is not your stepdad. He's your daddy. My daddy is a tank gunner. So now TJ is actually, you know, it's been a pretty good pleasure working for TJ.
Oh, 100%.
Over the past few years.
It's been a blessing. He's great.
Well, like he goes against like the most insane mobs out there in crypto and just remains base as fuck. You know, it's been kind of crazy watching that dude absorb all of the hate and still build an empire beyond it.
Out of like 9 people.
Out of like, yeah. Just
That's insane.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take many good men to take over a country.
It takes like 3 or 4 most.
That's what you're seeing here. Low center of gravity, Laserface giving another up for short kings out there. I mean, there's some major positive. Okay. And shout out to your guys' knees, because mine suck after wearing armor and having to go under barriers and stuff like that at the same time with all of the gear. It sucks. Okay. I know that the short dudes did way better in those situations. So shout out to you guys. Now, Bitcoin's hash rate hit an all-time high. Bitcoin hash rate and the difficulty of mining a Bitcoin absolutely going parabolic. This will likely continue. The big question me and BJ were talking about was that maybe at a point over the next 10 years, you see BlackRock take over kind of the mining industry and up the computing power of the Bitcoin miners to a point where the average person can't have a chance to mine a Bitcoin, right? And then the ultimate power that is Bitcoin is consolidated to just these elites. So that is something to think about. Like, they can continue increasing the computing power. We also see these conversations of, quantum computers and all this stuff coming into play. The hash rate moving to all-time highs. This is network security. This is how many computers are going at once to solve the algorithm, the equation of a Bitcoin block, continuing to soar. This is really kind of crazy when we think about nation state FOMO is just about to kick in, and the graph already looks like this.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of something that you got to think about. Like, we're about to have, the Emirates in on this, if not already. We're about to have America hammering into data centers and Bitcoin mining. I don't know what this is going to look like, honestly, with nation states printing money to create data centers to mine the Bitcoin. They can print the money for free.
Yeah.
Right. Not for free, but I mean, it costs the ink and the manpower and all that, but they can just print the money, buy the Bitcoin mining systems, upgrade the Bitcoin mining systems. This chart is absolutely crazy. So, that kind of comes to mind for like the solo miners or the people that are mining Bitcoin at home, kind of getting pushed out of the market, which is not something I like to see. But I digress. The IRS is delaying crypto tax reporting rules to 2026, it looks like, giving brokers more time to adapt and avoid forced FIFO sales that could maximize capital gains. What does this mean? Well, it means that Elon Musk is having fun with it. And honestly, I get it. Elon Musk gives me a lot of hope. He's got the Department of Government Efficiency and all this stuff.
All fun stuff.
But he's rolling out X payments. He's rolling out Neuralink. And he's rolling out electric vehicles. And these are things that people argue with me a lot about, right? They say electric vehicles are useful. I have to drive across damn near an entire state to get to work. I am never getting an electric vehicle. That's
fair.
it.
I don't blame you. I don't like electric vehicles either. I don't agree with the Neuralink thing either.
I will never do the Neuralink.
It just doesn't make any sense to put an AI computer chip inside of your brain, especially if you're fully functioning. You just want more.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
It's kind of like that lust and that greed all combined into one thing.
Yeah.
And now he's rolling out the X payments. What if X payments become CBDCs? I mean, that's kind of something to think about. So just so you know, I don't see Elon as some ultimate savior. He did poke fun at the IRS. Hello, yes, IRS. So the client bought $7,000 worth of cum rocket, staked it for 3 months to earn 6,900% interest. Then they sold it, took the profits to invest in NFTs, but the dev rugged the project and they only managed to liquidate 10% of the funds. Can the client deduct the gas fees for minting and the balance out of the short-term capital gains tax from the cummies? Okay. So when you ask yourself, why on earth would the United States government delay taxes, fraud stroke on cryptocurrency and the brokers within? It's because of this description. Now you're talking about asking for deductions on gas fees because you're only able to liquidate 10% of the funds before the project rugged. And then you're asking if you can deduct those from the minting and the balance out of the short-term capital gains tax from cummies. This is quite a complex little system that the private sector in cryptocurrency has created for itself right now. And it's going to take some time for the U.S. government to even understand the overscope and the staking capabilities of Ethereum in and of itself. Okay, so really not surprised by this, but what does it mean specifically? This is from Doge Breaking News. The IRS Internal Revenue Service in the United States has decided to push back new rules for reporting crypto taxes. The rules were supposed to start in 2025, but are now delayed until 2026. And why this matters, the new rules were about how to calculate how much you owe in taxes when you sell your crypto. They wanted to use a method called FIFO, first in, first out, when you sell the oldest coins and you bought the first. This delay gives companies that deal in crypto, like exchanges, more time to adjust their systems to these new rules. It also means that crypto investors won't have to deal with the new tax calculations for another year. The key points to take away from this: the IRS is giving more time because the crypto world is still figuring out how to handle these new tax obligations. and the delay is seen as a good thing for the crypto industry, providing some clarity and time to prepare. The implications for us users is that it means that you've got an extra year before you need to worry about these specific tax reporting changes. Now, I won't get into the rest of this. No tax advisor, right? And I am no financial advisor either.
Amen.
I am simply a psycho that loves crypto and outpaces inflation greatly with it. But at large, they don't know what the fuck's going on. And we got about a year until they act like they got it figured out. And they probably won't have it figured out by then, too. So shout out. Now, cattle prices and steak prices jumping to new all-time highs. People are trying to equate this to the deep freeze that's coming to the U.S. I doubt it. This is just really moving higher and higher prices for us to enjoy the greatest thing on earth, which is a medium rare steak. Okay? And they don't want you to have nice things. So they're going to make steak, cattle, beef as expensive as possible. And Isaac, I know I offended you with that comment, but I don't care.
Why did it offend me exactly?
Well, you don't eat steak.
I can't.
Yeah.
I physically can't.
And when you see me slicing it, that medium rare juice.
I'll punch you in your face.
But, you know, take care of yourself and work out, eat steak, avocados. They're great. They're fantastic for keeping the doctor away. Cattle prices going to these new all-time highs, not surprised. And this will likely help them push more people into that, what do they call it? The fake meat?
Oh, yeah.
What do they call that stuff?
Processed meats or something?
I haven't even given enough thought to remember the name. It's like tofurkey, all the fake shit.
like tofu, stuff like that?
Yeah, well, like tofu I'll never do. But then Bill Gates came out with some fake meat program, which is absolutely failing, by the way, because no one wants it. Old school beef, man. It's where it's at. Now, old school beef. Speaking of old school beefs, China is in an economic death spiral. Today, the yield on their 10-year government bond fell below 1.6% for the first time in history. That sounds fun. Even as China rolls out pandemic-like stimulus, their real estate market is weaker than 2008. Has China's recession begun? Now, this is from Kobayashi Letter, a great resource for macroeconomic information. For some background, here's China 10-year government bond yield. Not looking great. Okay, so this is not a rugged meme coin. This is the yield that you get from holding 10-year government bonds from China. And honestly, they're probably going to have to print their way out of this. A lot of people say, oh, no, they're going to change up the economy and how they produce material. They're going to make great trade deals, right? No, they're going to print their way out of this. Let's not act like they're not going to fake their way out of this. Okay, let's just get over that stuff. And here it is, highlighted the 10-year government yield and this is from February, which is interesting. I like how he highlighted the time frame of February. Mm-hmm. February was the beginning of flu season. Right?
Oh, really? How could I forget?
And it has continued to levels well beyond flu season. And they thought that this little pump back up was like, oh, this is the great resurgence. This is where we see China's economy kick back into gear. Nope. Not happening. They're going to have to print their way out of it. It's great. And here is the U.S. dollar index climbing to 109.5, the highest since November of 2022. What the F is a kilometer? Dollar milkshake theory in full effect. The U.S. dollar stronger than we've seen in a long time while the rest of the currencies fall off of a cliff. A lot of people talking about lab-grown meat in here. Impossible meat. That's the name. Impossible meat, and apparently it was
cultured cell meat is what I see other people
cultured cell meat.
Cultured cell meat is what I see other
just
people saying.
don't do. That's so gross.
But just the name of it just sounds.
And I love how the bird flu. They're trying to like villainize bird or chicken farmers and local backyard flocks in Georgia because of some bird flu, right? Like I'm the bad guy. I keep to myself. My birds are running around property of my own. I feel like buying that property and I could buy the property behind me and put a bunch of goats in there for like a year and they would just eat all the kudzu, clear it all out for me. And then I could put like a dairy cow back.
Do it.
You know, that'd be pretty useful. And it'd be a great spot to paintball. It'd be a really good spot to paintball. So dollar milkshake theory in full effect. US dollar dominance, absolutely looking thick. How's my trade looking? Real quick, zoom in. When on heroin, zoom in. All right. We're doing great. This is great. I mean, my stop loss is to cover the trade. So if it fails, it fails. I'm up 4% today so far. And, just when I'm leverage trading, not when I am leverage trading altcoins, take my face out of the way.
Sure.
9x leverage is all it really takes to get a good juicy move off of altcoins. Like on Bitcoin, I use a little bit more juice. I use about 35x on Bitcoin. But something about these altcoins, trading them, in general, they're following the Bitcoin movements, but just at an exacerbated level. When Bitcoin pumps, they really pump. But I don't need to pay as much of a trading fee on this. And if you are trading, support the basement. Trade with us on Tubit. We have a link down in the description. Click the link. Use code basement if you are out there trading. Support the channel. I'm riding the lightning. I'll see if I can print more tether here. Now, Ski Mask Dog. On the day, since we covered Mike Collins, adding to his position is up 17%. This guy might be one of the best traders out there.
He might be.
He might be one of the best traders out there. I want to see the rest of the market. Where is the rest of the market sitting right now? I know Atlan, I am a monster. Okay, I am a monster. Now, let's see here. SPX 6900, that's steal money from Wall Street. Meme coin, doing great. 37%, that's great. ENA at $1.21, already 15% up on the day. And Cardano, showing signs of life. Some things that stick out to me, Cardano and Internet Computer Protocol. Now, Cardano, this is a love-hate relationship with Cardano I have. At large, I feel like Cardano is going to break the all-time high, but I'm not expecting above $6 for its all-time high. It's already at a $38 billion market cap. I do own some Cardano, but holding on to this number 9 position, that's going to be a battle. That is going to be a battle. And I'm just going to say it right now. I love Cardano. I love what it's doing. Now, here's things I don't love. Mask mandates returning to the United States in what's being talked about as a quad-demic, prompting new restrictions. Mask mandates are coming back to the U.S. as it grapples with a quad-demic COVID-19, influenza, RSV, and norovirus. States like California, New York, Illinois are reinstating mandates in healthcare facilities to curb rising infections and protect vulnerable populations. Very, very initial, interesting moves. And, when you think about it like a healthcare location, sure.
Yeah.
All right. That's how it starts. They start mandating the healthcare spots first. That's exactly how it started in 2020. They did the places that we thought would be logical. And then they start rolling it out inch by inch into all of a sudden the grocery store. Right? You can't buy food without covering up your face. And one of the best things I was able to do, I found a huge goat head and I wore that as my mask.
Actually?
It was great.
That sounds so fun.
And I wore it like on breaks when I was a contractor. I'd have all my gear, my vest and everything. And I'd put a goat head on. And then I'd go into the store. No one said a thing. No one said anything. No. It was weird.
And then on top of everything, they kept on pushing into grocery stores. You can't buy food. Then all of a sudden, you're locked in your damn house. Try buying food now, biatch.
All of a sudden, Isaac's childhood is gone.
My high school experience down the drain. My middle school years cooked. And now I am unhinged on the internet.
Oh, man.
It's great.
See, but I'm here for it, man.
I'm here for it too.
Thankfully, Greg Abbott of Texas already signaling there will be no mask mandate in Texas, period, is what he's highlighting on this rollout. Face mandates return in multiple U.S. states. This is highlighting the activity level of flus, right? They're trying to highlight all the dangerous spots where all the flus are at, right? Very, very interesting. I literally am never going to comply with this, and I have a hard time trusting doctors at this point from how much money they received for hooking people up to literal death machines. So that's great. Biden committed another $306 million to ward off potential outbreak of the bird flu, though, in humans before Trump takes office. More chaos that Biden is pulling off before he is kicked out like the geriatric he is. And honestly, this bird flu thing, what do we got? 65 people sick, one seriously, and they're trying to roll it out as some kind of emergency.
Yeah.
Really? Right? And that's how they do it. They don't need the numbers. And, all right, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
I need as many members as I can right now because I'm about to say something very uneasy. My family members are in crime scene investigation and coroner work. The cause of death was overrid by the CDC and labeled as COVID on things like motorcycle accidents, gunshot wounds, all of those regular things that do kill human anatomy were written off as COVID death. And there was nothing that these administrators could do about it. They would write their report, they would send it off, and all of a sudden it would come back 6 months later. They'd realize, wow, they literally cooked the books on me. And that's how they get the numbers that they were looking for to cause a economic shutdown. That's how they get the fear into you, right? So when we see these things, please, for the love of God, stay based. If there is some amorphous airborne substance out there that's going to kill everyone that breathes it in, you're not going to be able to hide from it, right? You're not going to be able to hide from it. I'm sorry I'm not sorry, actually. I am not sorry to say this. If we release a airborne virus into the world that actually has a true high death rate, you're all going to die. I'm going to die, right? And I accept that. I'm not going to sit here hiding under a rock. I'd rather vanish on top of a mountain. Now, the White House rolling out a weird video getting people ready. Let's unite. Okay, I'm here for it. How do we unite? Oh, trust. Anticipate.
Masks. Oh,
Oh, change.
look. Dream. Learn. Love. Recover. Lead. Die.
Oh my God, bro.
Reconcile. Yeah, you inspired nobody.
Dude, they are trying so hard to prime the public for this next priming of lockdowns here. It's so stupid. And that literally only has a different sound over. They actually did release this on their YouTube website here. I'll just show it. If you want to go look at it yourself, the White House, time to move forward is now. And there it is. This is their original sound that they had for it. Time to heal. Right? So they make it all, I know what you're up to, you sons of bitches. Now, what the F is going on? Here is just more insanity coming out. We're less than 48 hours from the supposed ISIS-inspired terrorist attack. Okay, so first of all, ISIS, a name from the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
Israeli Special Intelligence Service. Interesting. The FBI just let this rando journalist in. I need so many memberships after I just said that.
We were so banned.
We are so cooked.
We are gonna have federal agents at our door after the show ends.
Dude, what did I just do?
We're cooked.
The truths will set you free. And the FBI just let the rando journalist into suspect's home totally unguided and let her show off the warrant and the chemical seizure list on camera along with all of his other perfectly staged props like a Koran and his chemical workbench. Nope, not buying any of this BS. Y'all trying to work way too hard. We couldn't get the Nashville shooters manifesto for over a full year. And y'all are giving us thoughts in yoga pants, full access to a potential terror cell planning site 36 hours after the attack. F you, I want a refund. And here is the yoga thought herself, walking in with full permission into this hot crime scene from one of the largest attacks in recent American history. For some reason, she's allowed to go in there, wander around, and check it out. This looks planted as hell. I don't even need to play her. I don't want to hear her noise that she makes.
I don't either.
This looks planted. This looks staged. And they're probably, we were talking to TJ about it. They probably have to speed up the cover-up process now that information flows so fast online. they're probably getting a little bit messy when it comes to doing the PSYOP, which is why this looks like absolute garbage and is pretty easily called out. Now, there are still many details to come from the Vegas bomber, but it was interesting that his body was charred to nothing, but yet they were able to recover his paper identification cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
That
make
was
you
on
think?
his charred body.
What does that remind you of? 9/11.
Oh, we're going there now.
Yeah, like we are so. I mean, I've already done a video on that.
Yeah.
When you just, the PSYOP season is here. They're going to try to scare the shit out of the public. Now, the Cybertruck bomber probably went nuts because he had to stop 8 times to charge his Tesla truck. No wonder he killed himself. Here is a highlight of all the different spots that he had to stop and charge the Cybertruck. This is another reason why I just can't get one of these damn Cybertrucks. There's too many times where you have to stop and re-energize the truck. I drive too far.
So huge.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's not it's the lithium battery. It can't really hold the energy. And you have way more range in a gas-powered vehicle. So, this is another reason why I'll never get a Tesla truck. Torque on crime scene. What is this? A Camela rally? Potentially, Gary the Lizard. Now, here's that Ice-T has got himself in some hot water. Rapper and TV actor Ice-T has an altercation going off on police during a traffic stop. This brought me much joy this morning, so we're going to have to watch it. You're going to have to suffer through it.
Give me my paperwork, you fucking.
No, don't touch me. Don't
give me
like that.
Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This motherfucker. I'm a foot away from DMV.
Keep your distance.
You are a fucking ass.
I'm not an ass.
Now, Ice-T driving around with a suspended license and no insurance, and claims, you know what? I'm just out here trying to get this. This is one of 7 cars that I have. And it's this really fancy Porsche that he's driving around without the proper identification. Feeling so entitled that he would sit here and yell at the officer like that, claim that, I'm just on the way to the DMV. Bullshit. Okay, bullshit. And they still let him off with, they didn't tow his car. They didn't even tow his car.
Lib. Hard.
Just, I guess is a lesson for us in crypto. We're going to make it. We're going to be doing really, really well monetarily. And you may feel like you're above your other man, your average man, your police officers that are keeping your city safe. Please, for the love of God, don't take this arrogant mindset into the future with you. Okay? It's really quite detrimental. And maybe you'll get away with it because maybe you might be famous, but it really spills into the rest of society and they don't get away with it, right? So seeing Ice-T set the example like this, pretty despicable. And to brag about his 7 other vehicles that he has and, this one just needs to be done. Well, you don't have a license to begin with. So not having a license, but $700,000 vehicles doesn't do you, right? Doesn't do you a lot of good. So just pay attention. Be a good person. My neighbor came over to me. I was up till, my wife thought I was weird. She called me weird last night because I was up till about 10 or 11 o'clock and I was building the roof to the shed building. It was ice cold outside and I'm dealing with like razor sharp steel edges. Like, what are you doing out here? I'm like, I'm building. I'm biddling. And I was also running my generator just in case the cold snap really gets crazy coming in for Georgia. It doesn't look too bad. I got some new models, updated models, so I'll show those in a second. But I was getting my generator, the back. I have like 5 sheds or small little building things. I went out to the far back one and just let my generator run for like 4 or 5 hours. I drove my wife crazy, and the neighbor came over to me. And she's like, you know what? I need to make sure that my generator works too because it's going to get really cold and we might lose power. Like, you know what?
That is very true.
I'm going to be a good neighbor. I'm going to fix her carburetor just so I don't have to deal with my neighbor being out of power, right?
Yeah.
Just be good, okay? Be a good person. For God's sakes, it's not that hard. Breaking news as well. U.S. Army soldier has been arrested for allegedly hacking Trump and Kamala Harris phones, selling their confidential phone records online. Cameron John Wagnis 20-year-old U.S. Army soldier has been arrested for allegedly participating in a cyber criminal ring that sold sensitive data, including phone records purportedly belonging to elect Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. He was arrested near Fort Hood, Texas, where he was stationed at Fort Cavazos. Now, Fort Bragg was where the dude from New Orleans and the dude from the Vegas attack served. But also, the dude who'd take a shot at Trump on that golf course served at Fort Bragg as well.
Coincidence?
Maybe.
No.
Potentially.
Possibly. Not.
Hard to say, right? Hard to say.
Very hard to say.
What the hell's going on at Fort Bragg, though? Kind of ask, like, why are you guys producing all this craziness? So, this guy's probably going to be dealt with. He's accused of hacking 15 companies, including AT&T, Verizon, selling stolen phone records online in forums as recently as November. Just absolutely nuts. Oh, God, I can't believe I did that.
Oh, wow.
I just deleted the storm forecast. But we got to get to altcoins anyways. Here's the general gist of the storm forecast. So it looks like the center east portion of the United States is going to be the ones that get hit primarily with the actual snow. The auxiliary location. We're talking like Tennessee, northern Missouri, that kind of area. Those are the ones going to be getting a lot of the snow. Kind of funny, Colorado's really going to have the snow system break apart over Colorado, and then it's going to reaccumulate over central eastern United States. The southeastern United States really doesn't look like it has so much to worry about as things sit right now. So there's the gist of the forecast. Your weatherman Drew Weidert here, coming to you live. Now we look at how our altcoin bags are going to do. FTX is about to repay $16 billion to creditors beginning today. Wrong. Payments are expected within 60 days. A big chunk of that money might flow back into crypto. I'd say a large portion of that money is going to flow back into crypto. The bull run just got fuel, but if you ask me if I'm shooting from the hip, I think that these investors that have been blue-balled on, even if they held Bitcoin in FTX and are getting, a small amount of money back, they're trying to get back to, say, a full Bitcoin if they left FTX with a full Bitcoin, you're going to be hammering into altcoins, right? If we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, kind of looks that way. Kind of looks like what's happening in the altcoin sector is a front running of this movement. Bitcoin dominance definitely falling off a cliff. That line in the sand that I drew working out beautifully, and now we are falling down a cliff. Bitcoin's price, as I said, does not fall down a cliff. It continues on up, but altcoins experience a giga run from the dominance falling to the downside. So shout out to anyone that was crazy enough to hold altcoins into this insane moment. And we're going to see $16 billion come hammering into the altcoin sector over the next 60 days. Now, this from TechDev, just a backed up view. The more things change, the more they stay the same. This is a previous prior all-time high. Bitcoin hits that prior all-time high, consolidates, and then breaks above. But at that same time frame, altcoins with just a general cup and handle pattern, they break up, they break down, retest that previous all-time, and then move on up to the moon from there. Currently, as things sit, we accomplished the prior all-time high ahead of schedule, as I've said 100 times. But you know what? Things pretty much look the same. The only reason why we got to this all-time high level ahead of this prior all-time high level is because of the ETFs. And you sit there, magnetized to that prior all-time high, consolidate, and then break on up. Altcoins are getting ready for that nasty move. What is it? Doggone runes is what we got to look at?
Yeah, we have to look at doggone runes.
Yeah. Here is some info. I've been following a little bit about this. It's great. Cardano's pumping a little bit. Exciting news coming about Quantum Hosky from Charles Hoskinson, talking to David Gockstein's DMs, buzzing with questions. Let's have a listen to what's going on here.
One thing before I let you go that has been blowing up the DMs. I got the exclusive, son of a bitches. I'm the one who got the exclusive on Quantum Hosky. They want to know when it's coming. They are in my DMs like, David, are you going to ask him when is it coming?
I can't fucking stand this guy, dude. I can't stand him.
Annoying.
I cannot stand him. Oh, yeah. And ban DZ's Chrysler 300. Yesterday, I was talking about not only the attacks, the New Orleans and the Vegas attacks, Then I also highlighted the millions of illegal immigrants that have come over the border. He minces words. He goes into my comments. Drew, the attackers are born Americans, you idiot. Well, who's the idiot now? Guess what? Did I ever say that the attackers came across the border? No.
No, did not
No,
say
I did
that.
not. So, you know what? Have fun. I really have come to a point where I literally despise people that come in here just to tell me how bad we do when all we do is focus on the markets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running out of patience. This is turning into like, I was like the free and loving and all caring person, like, oh, come on in, even if you hate me. Now I'm just like, I'm going to have fun chopping heads like Dracula,
Yeah, something like that.
Now this quantum, basically what Charles Hoskinson is talking about in this video is rolling out AI agents to build out massive gaming ecosystems. I think this is putting the cart ahead of the horse here. I really don't think that we're going to see any major games built out on Cardano anytime soon. I'm not going to be holding my breath for something like that to be built out. What I will expect is that decentralization maxis and people that love the ethos of decentralization are going to help hoist Cardano's floor and help it beyond its previous all-time highs. Now, Cardano is probably not going to be the biggest gainer this cycle, but it's got staying power. And that you can't say for a lot of these altcoins that are out there, especially even in the top 10. So when I see people trying to FUD, I know you're a Solana maxi.
Yep.
Isaac, okay?
Yeah, that's correct.
And I see you in, what's his name? Steve-O, going after Cardano all the time.
Oh, we were just having, me and Steve were just having a great old conversation about Solana flipping Ethereum in the future and how Cardano isn't the best.
Yeah, so Cardano is probably going to outlast Solana. And that, we could take a bet on it. I'm still waiting on my lunch from Steve-O about that price action. But Cardano has staying power. That is something that I think is the most important thing to see within a project. Because a lot of people come to me like, what should I get? And they forget to sell when the time comes, And so me as someone that talks about crypto to the world at large, who knows who's watching, people that are just getting into it, people that round trip bags cycle after cycle, that comes into my mind. And so when I'm thinking about something that has staying power and that's a long-term investment, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Chainlink, right? So, there is that. I don't expect any quantum gaming thing to come out, but I do think that Cardano will be along for the long haul. Now, Undead Apes, their dev, not here for the long haul. He died by suicide following a rug pull related conviction. The families say, why did I just laugh so bad?
I don't know.
That is so wrong. I am a bad person. Man convicted in Tampa in the Undead Apes blockchain case dies by suicide. He just couldn't handle facing the music of his own deeds. Man, oh man, I can't say the things that are on my mind as far as that goes. Just FAFO. Now, Abstract Chain launches this month with over 100 apps on day one. Abstract is something that we need to pay very, very close attention to. This is launching at a very bullish time frame in the market. It's got the originators that came out of the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem. You got a lot of bag holders that have very thick, heavy bags that are going to be very active on Abstract Chain. It'll probably rise and fall like the Phoenix during this bull market, but it is something that I think we could make money on. No incentivized testnet farming, just straight to production, most anticipated L2 cents base. So doubt that. Very much disagree with this AI bot, AI XBT, saying that it's the most anticipated since base, because really base is a monster. The base chain, as long as Coinbase stays operational and these ETFs keep trusting Coinbase to custody 6% of all Bitcoin in circulation, the base chain is going to take over. It's going to smooth out operations with Ethereum at large. It's going to make the transactions dirt cheap, and it's going to really solidify Ethereum's staying power. But we can make money off of Abstract Chain. This is rolling out, I believe, at the end of the month. in January, but abstract chain is something we're going to be paying attention to. While I'm thinking about all this stuff, we got to go to Doggone Runes to see where it's at. Thank God I didn't buy any because I forgot. Let's see. So it's up by 3% today. This is what I'm still on the fence on.
Yeah.
I want to believe. I want to be a believer. This does look like a shelf. Okay, that's great. Yeah, not actually looking too bad here. Not looking too bad. The buy op was honestly right here at the 0.005, but really haven't missed out too much on it. It's almost at $1 billion market cap. You know, for people that must. I know that people are in on Doggone Means or Doggone Runes. Me, maybe I'm salty because I tried to buy it like the day it came out, well before this graph shows. Like this graph only goes back to like May of 2024. I tried to buy this token a long time ago, and I got banned by MoonPay for trying to buy a rune with MoonPay. Now, I'm Laserface saying I'm still in time. I don't know. Like, I want to believe you, Laserface. I want to believe you. It does look pretty good that it bounced hard off of this midterm support level here. So that kind of looks like it's a newfound support. Maybe, but I don't know. Some things like that just kind of, I feel like once I miss it that first time and I try to buy it, got banned, then I see it just go nuts. I just walk away. I just go find some news. It keeps me sane. All right. Instagram testing out AI generated profiles. This is great. Human Live. You know, she's fake. Or Hyman Live. Haima Maliv.
Sure.
Haimama Live.
You can go with that.
You're proud black queer mama of two. How are you a mama of two if you're queer? Truth teller, Rainbow Heart. Your realest source of life's ups and downs. Let's chat. How about not? So this is Instagram's AI bot rollout. Not surprised at their first designs.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Not surprised.
At all.
Now, at large, am I going to be replaced by AI in a year? Maybe. Maybe.
Because of me.
Because of you.
Yeah.
Right? You're the doer of my own undoing.
Even though we can't be undone. We've been burdened by what has been. Never mind. Let me just shut the fuck up.
If I pay off my house, will I care if I get replaced?
No.
Right?
I don't think so.
Like, so, you know, there is that. But they're rolling out AI bots on Instagram now as well, and we'll see it on TikTok very, very soon. XRP flipped USDT as the third largest crypto by market cap. So XRP not giving up much ground here. Pretty crazy to see. Let's see where we're sitting at currently. Let's see here. So, yeah, sure as hell. $2.44. Tether, you highlighted it for me before we went live.
The market cap being...
Yeah. We had a little dip in the market cap here. A little dip. So we see this might be, people just kind of pulling out and getting into actual crypto, instead. As they load up on Tether, then they buy the crypto at the right time. You see this falling off right as the prices had dipped to very buyable levels, and it's sitting here at the floor. This is just the overall flow of Tether market cap on the yearly time frame. At large, this thing is still at extreme all-time highs. So what was that you were trying to show me on the note thing?
Oh, we have that thing at 1:30.
Oh, my God. There's so much to talk about.
I know. There's so much news, so much altcoin news.
CNBC also talked about Fartcoin. 2.7 million follower on Instagram at CNBC posted about Solana meme coin Fartcoin. So there's that. People making money off anatomy plays. I see like a rectum token, anus token, all these weird things. Butthole token. Have fun. Have fun with that. People are making money. Can't hate on that. Entire AI agent sector is only 15 billion. Meme coins are sitting at 121 billion. AI agent sector on a speed run to 100 billion. I think that's kind of a small play for it. At the peak of the bull market, I could more so see AI agent sector heading towards the 300 to 500 billion dollar market caps in aggregate. And I feel like meme coins are going to hit $1 trillion. I feel like meme coin market caps, if you aggregate them all together at the peak of the bull market of 2025, they're going to reach $1 trillion. And people are going to puke seeing that number, right? It's going to be a pretty scary moment.
I'll puke.
But you're going to be,
I'll puke.
it's just where I see things going. You know, it's not slowing down. People want the upside. They're out there gambling. Now we got a couple AI agents that I have been watching. We got the Wintermute highlight. Wintermute bought actually 2 top tier holdings in the AI agent sector. And it's one that we've already been watching, AIXBT. This is a great news source for me, honestly. I love the data that comes out of it. But also Polytrader. And I think DZ was talking about this thing this morning to me. The Autonomous Prediction Market Companion. It's on Base. It's on Solana. And it looks like, it's also followed by Sistine Research, Matthew Hyland, my homies, and then Redman, also a homie of the channel. Kind of interesting, you know, might be small plays. Polytrader is a much smaller market cap than AIXBT agent. When we were first called out AIXBT agent on this show, it was $100 million.
That's
so,
true.
you know, it's 5x from that level. Now I'm kind of looking a little bit lower on the market cap level in these AI agent realms. This thing kind of looks pretty interesting. I may as well go give them a follow, get the notifications here. But what a beautiful show.
Indeed.
What a beautiful show. I'm glad you banned that guy.
Me too.
Maybe I'll give him the Player Hater of the Year award.
We have a couple of those. To
I
give
can't
out.
stand the people that like try to put words into my mouth to make a point that they didn't need to make. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. So we got to, you know what? Tomorrow or on Monday, we're going to dive into Near. What the hell is going on with Near Protocol? Because that's like the 5th biggest holding I have. It has been stuck at $5. So on Monday, I'm going to decide, is it time to cut loose on Near Protocol? So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the first weekend of 2025. Make sure to stay based. Don't fall for the psyops and the fear-based propaganda movements that you're going to see mainstream media move. Stack as much crypto as we possibly can. Make sure you keep that crypto on a cold storage device, on a Arculus wallet. Okay, use code BASE10. You got a link in the description. You can use code BASE10. You get 10% off of this Arculus wallet. You can keep your crypto safer than ever and support the channel all at the same time. So, with that being said, love and appreciate every single one of you out there. I hate us. I'll see you on Monday.